Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finale, the last webinar of the afternoon. This is Ricardo Suber, and I want to thank all of our guests for tuning in this afternoon. It happens to be Memorial Day, and of course, I wanted to, first off, give a shout out and commemorate all military, past and present, for your service. Thank you so much for your service to this great nation and the sacrifices that you all have given for this country. That being said, my name is Ricardo Suber, and I am just here to basically share an opportunity, something that's definitely drastically changing the trajectory of my life, and something that I hope can do the same for you. And this may not be for you at all. So what I simply am asking for you to do, someone actually invited you to this webinar. It could have been myself or one of our partners who invited you on this evening to just take a look at some information. Just have an open mind. And if you happen to see an opportunity for yourself, great. You know, of course, we'll go ahead and help you get started. But even if this is not an opportunity for you, perhaps you may know of someone who could benefit from the information. So I promise not to make this too long, but what I am going to do is give you my best and present this information the best way that I know how. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to share a presentation, and at the same time I'll be kind of narrating how I saw the information just about 4 years ago. So with all that being said, I'm going to actually bring up this presentation right now. Give me one quick moment. And that being said, definitely get to a quiet place. Definitely take some great notes. It's going to be a lot of good information. And what we want to do, just in case you have questions, just be prepared to get back with the person who got you onto this information. And that person, of course, would be happy to get your questions answered. So with all that being said, hopefully you now see the presentation. So now the name of this particular company is called 5Links. Now, what we simply are is a direct selling telecommunications and technology company. And we've now also tapped into the energy and wellness market. Now, here's what's unique. Our company will teach you how to go out and acquire customers for this company. Now, it's not only customers for us, but it's customers for many of our partners, these Fortune 100 and 500 companies. And now what makes it unique is the fact that when we acquire a customer, we continue to get paid every single month that they pay a bill. But what's even more exciting is the fact that if any one of your partners, you could actually introduce someone to the business, and if they do the same thing, you also get a percentage on their customers. So this becomes an ongoing cash flow. Frankly, it becomes a cash flow that you cannot stop. So this can turn into tens of thousands of customers, even hundreds of thousands of customers, and eventually millions of customers you can get paid on. And the beautiful thing about this whole concept is you'll only know a small fraction of the people who are coming into your business. So a lot of you guys, I'm sure, just with that little bit said, you're probably already a little confused. So I'm going to make it easy for you. And I'm going to break down exactly how this business works, what this company is all about, and how you can get paid. So that being said, let's go ahead and begin. Now, again, the company is called 5Links. The 5 in 5Links stands for the principles: vision, integrity, opportunity, freedom, and success. The company was founded in 2001, so we're not a startup. We've definitely been in years. We've definitely been in business, 14 years running strong, so we're not in the pray to stay in business phase. Now, the co-founders, Craig Jerbeck, Jeb Tyler, and Jason Guck, have a combined 60+ years of experience in telecommunication and direct sales. And as a matter of fact, over the past 9 consecutive years, we've seen a spike. And when you think about that, that's a pretty long spike. Now, every year, year over year, we've just seen so much growth, in fact, that we've been ranked in the top 0.5% of all privately held businesses in all of North America, being in the top 5,000, and 4 out of those 9 years being in the top 500 fastest growing companies in all of North America. All right, on top of that, we are housed in the 50,000 square foot world headquarters in Rochester, New York. As a matter of fact, that headquarters houses the employees who work on our behalf. All right. And the motto of this particular company is called Representatives Come First. And you guys are going to understand what that means in a very quick moment. But before we get more into the company, Let's talk about your motivation. Why are you even looking at this presentation? Many of you guys may have seen a little Instagram post I put up. Many of you guys were probably contacted by a friend of yours or a family member saying, hey, come take a look at this information. So whatever your motivation is, it could be for any one of these reasons on the screen. Maybe you are looking for financial freedom. Maybe you're looking for a way to become your own boss, eliminate some debt, save for children's college fund, or perhaps giving back to charity or being a better blessing for your church or synagogue or mosque. Or what if it's just to make some extra money? See, the thing is, regardless of your motivation for doing what you do on a daily basis, you want to establish it. So when something that I like to call the inevitable faces you, you have a reason to keep going. All right. So I know my personal why, and that nothing can stop me from literally running through a brick wall, is my parents. They've done so much for me, and now it's my turn to give back. And that is one of my strongest motivations for doing this particular business. Now, that being said, now what is direct sales? Now, prior to getting started in this business, like many of you, I had no idea what this thing was about. I didn't know what network marketing was. I didn't know what direct sales was. You know, to be honest, I didn't understand any of these concepts, but I understood the NFL, the movie, and the music industry. Simply stated, we all watch movies. Many of us listen to music, and a few of us listen or watch football. I did all three, but I understood that, guess what? As big as these industries are, I understand that even when you combine all three of those figures, that's less than a third of what direct sales earns worldwide. Here's what I also understood. I understood that I was a consumer when it came to those three industries. I watched football. I supported the advertisers. I certainly go to the movies to this day, and I definitely buy and listen to music. But the thing is, I'm not a benefactor. I am only on the accounts payable side. But what if you could put yourself in the accounts receivable side? Well, you know, without getting tackled, without having to act, and without having to sing. Well, you can actually take part in direct sales. Direct sales is something that any one of us can take part in simply by using something called word of mouth. We all know about word of mouth. We know about the fact that if we eat at a great restaurant, we're going to tell a friend or a family member. Or if we see a great movie, or if we watch a great program, we're going to recommend it. All direct sales is getting paid for those recommendations. This is nothing but word of mouth advertising. And when we recommend a great service, so for instance, DirecTV, we recommend that to a family member. Well, guess what? DirecTV will now pay us a commission every single month that person pays a bill. It goes further than that, but that's the concept of direct sales and network marketing. Now, when I was first introduced to this, I thought it was illegitimate. I actually thought that this is one of those illegitimate pyramid schemes, right? I didn't even know what I was talking about, but I just thought that this was something that might be illegal. I didn't know really anyone who had made any serious money from it, but then I had to think. I actually did know someone who made a lot of money from it. Actually, one of my classmates from college who sat next to me all 4 years for my computer science degree became a millionaire in network marketing. And the thing was, when she first told me, I didn't believe her. I didn't believe her. But she contacted me, wanted to get my attention about looking at her business. And I'm telling you, her business only marketed one of our products, and she made gobs and gobs of money. But see, I was uneducated. But see, what I understood was the fact that wherever I worked, it was like that structure on the left. As a matter of fact, the first presentation that I went to, the gentleman at the front of the room had had a lot of success in this company and even outside of this company. I had to respect what he said because he was the #1 franchisee of a major restaurant chain. He actually owned 4 of them, and each of those restaurants cost about $2 million to build. And he was the owner. Not only was he the owner of that restaurant that I had eaten at frequently, but he was also a senior vice president in this business. So I listened closely. And what he said to the whole room kind of shocked me, and it brought me in for a paradigm shift. Now, a paradigm is not two dimes. A paradigm means that you see things completely differently. And he told me wherever you probably work right now, you probably work in a corporate pyramid. I didn't know what he was talking about, but he described this structure on the left-hand side. He said wherever you work, there's probably one CEO, maybe one or two presidents, a few vice presidents, a few directors, several upper, middle, and lower level managers, but then most of you are at the bottom. And I thought for a second, I said, he's right. I'm at the bottom. How did he know? But then that's like every other structure, whether it's government, you have the president at the top, the Senate, then Congress, then all the American people. You have the school system, you have the superintendent, then the principal, then the teachers, and then all the students at the bottom. Well, guess what? It's the same thing on your job. But see, in 5 links, you actually start at the top. Now, in 5 links, you actually can build your own organization. You can choose your board of directors. You can choose who they bring in, or actually they choose who they bring in, and so on and so forth. But it allows you to leverage your time and maximize your income. That's all we're doing. And so when I did my research, like I said, look, not only has this company been praised by Inc. magazine as being one of the fastest growing top 0.5% of companies in all of North America for the last 9 years, it's been featured in NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, the Wall Street Journal, Yahoo News. It also holds an A+ rating in the Better Business Bureau. How did I know? I did my research. I did my research, and I encourage you to do your own research by checking credible publications. Also, the Rochester Top 100, one of the top companies in all of Rochester, New York. All right, a city that used to house Kodak. All right, so this thing was legitimate. So I was like, okay, fine. Tell me more about 5 links. So as I began to research and look into it more, I saw that 5 links positioned itself ahead of wealth trends. Now, the thing is, wealth trends have come and gone in our lifetime that we probably know about, but we didn't know how to take advantage of them. But I guarantee you guys know about all of them. We all know about the PC industry, long distance, cell phones, internet, digital phone service, talking to people through video apps. We're doing this already. All right. Even if you don't own a computer, you're watching me through a smartphone. You're watching me through a tablet. You might be watching me through a laptop. The bottom line is you participate in all this stuff. But what if, way back when, Bill Gates asked you, hey, would you mind investing a couple of dollars in Microsoft? Or maybe the CEO of Verizon asking you, hey, would you like to invest $1 in Verizon Wireless? Of course you would, because you've seen where these companies are today. Billions upon billions of dollars. Those are wealth trends. Now, the thing is, we all became consumers, but what if you could look at yourself instead of just an employee, instead of just a consumer? What if you could be a benefactor on a wealth trend or on a series of wealth trends that'll make the previous 6 I just spoke about seem like a waiting pool, because they represent well over $1 trillion in potential capital for you and your family? How about being able to capitalize on energy, mobile marketing, healthcare, and wellness? That's what we're talking about today. So what 5 links did was it took these wealth trends and they said, we're going to boil it down and make it real simple. 5 links currently has 3 divisions. The first division is its division for home products and services. The home services include home security, home phones, internet, cable TV, fiber video, mobile and wireless solutions, satellite TV, and identity theft protection. Here's a great thing about it. And this is what really made me sit forward in my seat when I was watching this presentation about 4 years ago. I said, wait a minute. What started to make sense was the fact that the voice that I heard said that we partnered with companies that I already heard of. We partnered with companies such as Comcast, Clear, Time Warner, AT&T Uverse, Verizon Fios, and that was just for internet and cable TV. Well, how about for mobile phones? Well, I heard that we were on the same networks as Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile. I was also shocked to learn that we had partnered with Dish and DirecTV, with competitors, but we can offer both. And not only that, but not only can we offer it, we can save money. And every month that a bill is paid, whether we get the service or someone else gets it or everybody gets it, we get a percentage of everybody's bill. Every month they pay that bill. Bills that people are paying already, you can help them save money. And when they save money, you make money. I love that equation. We also have identity theft protection, but even more exciting, that big old bubble on the left says energy. This is a $500 billion annual industry. Imagine, as a result of the laws changing state by state in many major markets across the US, from New York to California, you're able to help someone save money on a gas and an electric bill. And when they save money on that bill, when they become your customer, you earn income every month they pay that bill. So you do the work one time, you get paid over and over and over and over and over and over again, as long as they're a customer. That's what I love about this. That's when I started to pay attention. Now, that's just 1 out of 3 divisions. Now, our second division are products for your business. Now, when you think about it, many businesses use the same services that we use at home, only their bill is much higher because these are now commercial services. Well, guess what? Now you can get a percentage of commercial products and services. So the thing is, the same sort of products, such as security, not only home security, but business security. What about commercial satellite TV? Hello, when you go into a salon or a barbershop or any establishment that has something playing on the television, you could earn a percentage. But what about commercial energy? That's what got my attention. That's when I was about 75% in 5 links, because even when I was looking at this for the first time, I said, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I could get paid a percentage of what like a store pays for gas or electricity? You mean, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's no limit, right? So you mean I could get a percentage of what a skyscraper pays for an electricity bill? Are you kidding me? I live in New York. Hello. Do you mean it doesn't matter what state I live in, I can profit anywhere 5 links does business for this? Are you kidding me? So one of the first things that I did when I got started, I studied how to do commercial energy. I didn't know what I was doing, but I learned. And the great thing is that the amount of tutelage and support you get is unlimited. And within 7 months of me getting started, I closed, at the time, the largest commercial energy deal in the entire company. And I'm very happy to say that today, I no longer have the record. Know what that means? That means anybody can do this. There are people who surpassed my record by many, many, many numbers, leaps and bounds. But what that should show to all of you guys is that it's possible for you. But we have additional services. What if you could offer healthcare solutions and insurance to businesses and make money when they pay their bill? All right. How about mobile marketing? Do you guys realize how big mobile marketing is? Now, this is a $48 billion industry. You could text the word 5 links to 55469 to see how it works. But just imagine this. You can allow a business to give out mobile coupons. So when that business is having a slow day, they can send out a text blast, and that'll drum up business for them. They'll love you for that service, but guess what? It also allows them to keep in touch with their employees. My church, one of the biggest churches in the Boston area, utilizes text alerts. It's a version of text alerts called church alerts. It allows the church to stay in better touch with the congregation. Even though I live in New York, my church is in Boston. I got a church announcement with the bulletin in my cell phone this past Saturday. I was so happy because every month they pay that bill, I get paid. All right. But on top of that, guys, we also have payment solutions. I didn't want to skip over that because you can also get paid. Help a business save money when someone swipes a credit card in that establishment. And every time someone swipes, you get paid. Someone else swipes, you get paid. At a different location, someone swipes, you get paid. Are you guys seeing this? Okay. So you do the work one time, you get paid repeatedly. But the third division is wellness. This is the division that's predicted to take our company to about $1 billion over the next couple of years, because I'm telling you, we all need this stuff. This is stuff we crave. How many of you guys don't know anyone, or how many of you guys know someone who's trying to lose weight, feel great, look younger, feel better? That's everybody, right? Everyone. So the thing is, we have a bunch of great products, but the first thing I want to talk about is Enhanced Care MD. This is our flagship service. We all know about Obamacare. We know about the Affordable Care Act, but most of us don't understand it. And many of us probably paid a penalty last year because we failed to act in time. And the government said, you know what? We're now imposing penalties for people who did not choose a health insurance provider. Well, guess what? We made the process easy. What if you could offer friends, family members, even yourself, even your own family, the opportunity to save money on health insurance? But not only that, you get someone's help over the phone who's there to assist you in choosing the lowest possible plan ever. All right. But on top of that, as a bonus, you also get a service that allows you to talk to a doctor or a nurse 24/7, 365 days a year, and they can even write a prescription for you over the phone, thus eliminating the need for most of your emergency room concerns. You could just get a doctor on the phone 4 in the morning on Christmas Eve. It doesn't matter. They'll be there. You can get all of that. All right. And that's a service that we offer. So not only that, but we also have additional products and services for your health. All right. Now you might be saying, man, this is going in a lot of directions. You went from cell phones to energy to healthcare. Now you're talking about coffee? Yes. You know why? Here's the common thread. This particular company, I don't care if you've looked at other companies. There's a lot of great network marketing companies out there. But frankly, I prefer to have a company where you can get everything under one roof. You don't have to choose a coffee company. You don't just have to choose a cell phone company. You don't just have to choose a wellness company. What if you can get them all in one? All under one roof. Hello. So we have a coffee. It's not just any coffee. It is Montevita. In my opinion, it's the best coffee in the world. It is absolutely delicious. It has the highest grade of coffee bean available, and it contains 2 things you will not find in another cup of coffee. The first is MCT oil. It's a naturally occurring ingredient in coconut oil, and guess what? It assists with weight loss, appetite suppression, and the absorption of essential nutrients. It's also infused with a superfood fruit in South America, and it's called Ramon seeds. Now, it contains protein, fiber, and minerals, powerful antioxidants, and vitamins A, B, C, and E. Here's what I had to understand. When I first saw this, I was confused. I'm not a savvy business person, but I'm learning. But when we first launched coffee a 1.5 years ago, here's what I had to learn, and I did my research. Did you guys know that coffee is the second most consumed beverage behind water? You have about 80% of people across the world who drink it at least occasionally. And did you guys know that coffee is the second most traded commodity behind oil? Are you kidding me? So one of the world's foremost investors, his name is Warren Buffett. I think he's the second richest man in the world today. Warren Buffett actually said, you know what you do should be your hobby, but what the world does should be your business. And so, guys, if the world is drinking coffee, whether you drink it or not, doesn't it make sense just to have a piece? All right. This is just part of our portfolio. But what if you could also partner with a company that also offers a line of groundbreaking, revolutionary products? We call these our high five products. HI stands for health inspired. High five. Now, high five contains 4 products that I feel are changing the face of the globe. These products include High Five Boost, which helps control hunger, and it provides an energy boost. It also contains High Five Edge, which improves endurance and actually assists with healthy aging. All right, we have our High Five Lean, which is a delicious nutrient-filled shake with 25 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber. And we have our brand new High Five Fuel, which is an energy shot. No more having an energy shot and worrying about if you're going to actually make it to your destination because your heart is racing and you feel like you're about to pass out and sweat to death. High Five Fuel actually has a lot of great things in it, and one of the active ingredients in both High Five Fuel and High Five Edge is something called Nyugen. Nyugen is something that's changing the face of the globe. As a matter of fact, the gentleman who engineered this vitamin and uncovered it, his name is David Sinclair. You can look him up, Dr. David Sinclair. He was featured on Time magazine in one of the world's most influential people of 2014. Look him up. And this was his chief find. He found Nyugen, and I'm telling you, Nyugen is changing the face of the planet, so much so that our corporate staff went in, and immediately furnished an agreement with a company called Chromadex to be its sole distributor from a network marketing standpoint of this ingredient Nyugen. And that's what's in our products. Now, we launched and we had a $62 million agreement. This was publicized in Yahoo News, Wall Street Journal, and CNBC. How do I know? I looked it up. Look up and just simply search 5 Link CNBC. I did it. It's out there, and it's actually a news clip where the CEO of Chromadex is talking about how happy he was to partner up with 5 Links to go ahead and release this product. And I'm telling you, it is amazing because it assists with anti-aging. It helps with weight management, improves endurance, improves cognitive function, helps with cardiovascular health, energy levels, performance. It protects against neurological diseases. This stuff is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And what I just found out, we just came from an international event in Texas, and let me tell you guys something. You might be thinking, man, this is a lot of stuff. You guys are not only providing products that help people live longer, anti-age, I mean, oh my gosh, all this amazing stuff. Not only that, but you helping me save on my bill, my gas, electric bill, my wireless bill. But you know what else, guys? We just announced that we're launching a travel division. We have a travel division that is now boasting, in many instances, we're able to save 50 to 80% off prices that you might see on Expedia. Are you kidding me? And we're also launching a streaming TV service where you can get over 150 channels for under $40 a month. Are you kidding me? With no contract? What? So we're not just talking about your mom and pop network marketing company where you had a lot of items stocked up in the garage for months. We're not talking about something that may be here today and may be gone next week. All right, this is a company that has had 14 years of solid track history. Every year, growth upon growth, no debt, a company that's been featured all over the news, mind you, has an A+ rating in the Better Business Bureau that helps you save money on products and services you know you already use with companies that you're already familiar with, and there's no way, there's absolutely no way that you could be skeptical about this. The only thing I should be able to break down to you is how you get paid, and you should be in. You should be not looking left, not looking right. You should get in. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to give you guys an educational lesson. I'm going to actually teach you guys about a couple of concepts that we weren't taught in school. Many of us, I don't care where you went to school, most of us were not taught how to become wealthy. We were taught how to have the skills to go out and get a good job. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that many of you who are watching this, I bet you if you saw a course in your curriculum that said Wealth 101, you probably would have taken the course. I know I would have. I would have been there every single day in the front row because I want to know how to get wealthy, right? Makes sense. But none of us were really given that option. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a crash course in Wealth 101. How about that? So I'm going to talk about the two concepts that we were never taught in school. This is something that most of our parents did not know about, because if your parents aren't wealthy today, they probably never knew how. We don't blame them. We love them just the same, but we're going to do better. All right? Look to yourself. Just say to yourself, I will do better. All right? I heard you. Let's go on. Now, in order to achieve wealth, first off, we need to understand what's holding us back. What holds us back is relying on a single form of income that we call linear income. Linear income simply means you're exchanging hours for dollars or trading time for money in something known as a job. How many of us understand that a job can never get us to our financial dreams and goals? Yes, it can provide comfort. It can provide a home. It can provide a great home. But can it provide lifestyle? No. You might be saying, well, what about doctors and lawyers? Yeah, you can buy a really big home. But how many of us know doctors and lawyers who spend all the time that they want with their kids? None. How many of us know doctors and lawyers who are super busy? They work 6-7 days a week, 80 to 100 hours a week, always got a pager on them, and never can come to the family cookout. I know plenty. That's not lifestyle. See, the thing is, no matter if you work as a busboy at a small restaurant all the way to a huge brain surgeon making $1 million a year, you don't earn money the same way that we do. And I say that very humbly. I want you guys to understand, why is it that when you're driving to work, sometimes you see people on the golf course just teeing off, and you wonder what they do for a living. You wonder how they're able to have time and money at the same time. I'm talking to those busy professionals out there. I'm talking to those people who are looking at this saying, I don't have enough time for no 5 links. You don't understand how we earn money. Let me break this down to you. There's 2 ways that we earn income. The first way is to actually employ the idea of leverage. All right. Leverage simply means that you're able to leverage the talents and abilities of other people, and their efforts contribute to your income. I'll say that one more time. Leverage allows you to use or utilize the talents and abilities and efforts of other people, and their efforts contribute to your own income. Okay, that's leverage. Most of us are being leveraged on our jobs. Our CEO is somewhere on a golf course teeing off while we're in the cubicle getting teed off, but we're producing results for that CEO. Well, we are going to teach you how to flip the equation. How do you leverage the talents and abilities of others to contribute to your own income? So that's one thing. Second principle is residual income. Every wealthy person in the world has employed the idea of residual income somehow. Let's look at Jay-Z. You know Jigga, the rapper. Jay-Z makes an album one time, but as a result of that one-time sale, he gets paid continuously every time the album is spun on the radio, sold in the store, all right? The thing is, you know, same thing with famous book writers, all right? Songwriters, musicians. Look at Fresh Prince. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that stopped airing in '97, I believe, but Will Smith still gets residual checks every time they spin a rerun. That's residual income. That's wealth. How are you going to attain wealth for your family? How is your family going to continue to benefit monetarily long after you leave the earth? This is how you can, okay? So the first thing we're going to show you how to do is we're going to show you how to create leverage. And that's by allowing other people to also start their businesses through you. When people start their businesses through you, you now earn overrides on everything that they do. Every customer that comes into their organization, every new partner that comes into their organization, you could earn a percentage. So just for getting what we call customer points, when you personally get something called 8 customer points, where each product or service is worth at least 1 point, you do the same, bring someone else in who does the same thing. They get in with their minimum customers, company will pay you $50. You might be saying, Ricardo Suber, how is $50 going to change my life? It's not, okay? In New York, that'll barely get you parking, but I want you to follow me. This is a very simple principle. Just do it again. Get yourself to 15 customer points. Get a few more customers and bring in 1 more business partner. Now you have 2 business partners, 15 customer points, but now the company ups the ante. It gives you $1,200 with $100 per month getting paid out to you every single month up to your 12th month. That's a great deal, right? Not bad. It's getting better, right? Here's the idea. You can do the math. That's $1,250 that you qualify just for getting a few customers and introducing 2 business partners. Whoop-de-whoop, right? If you're serious, you could get that done in your first day. That's not going to change your life for most of you. But what I want you to understand is this is your belief check. This is a check that you get for launching your business and doing it the right way. We're going to show you how to do this, ladies and gentlemen. But the next slide is something you're going to really want to pay attention to. This is the slide where doctors, lawyers, people who are just in the money business, accountants, this is where respectfully, they do more listening than they do talking, because this is not how they earn their money. This is how we earn our money. And this is something called residual income. And I want you guys to really pay attention close, because if you internalize this the right way, from this moment forward, you could change your life. And I'm very serious. So let's just say you get started in this business. You take it seriously. And let's say you only introduce, let's say 3 business partners. That's it. but those 3 could multiply. Maybe one person out of that 3 doesn't do anything. But as a result of maybe the 2 who stay active, maybe between those other 2, maybe one of them brings in maybe 5 people, another one brings in another 2 or 3, but then that duplicates. Maybe a few of them bring in a few more. Let's just say after 6 months, you end up with 20 individuals on your team. You only brought in 3. But let's say out of the collective 20, each of those persons, including yourself, has 20 customers, okay? And let's say the average commission you're getting paid on these products and services in your group is 50 cents. Now, our commissions go way above that, but I don't want you to accuse me of exaggerating. Our commissions go above $8 in many cases, but let's just keep it at 50 cents. Do you realize that would be a $200 a month residual? Okay? Again, not going to retire you, but here's the concept. It comes in every month. And what kind of bills are these? These are bills like energy bills. These are bills like wireless bills. These are bills like satellite TV bills. Bills that are paid every 30 days. All right? So people are paying their bills because they want to keep their services on. All right? Unless you are just used to just going home and saying, oh, I didn't pay the electric bill. Guess I don't have electric this month. No, that bill's getting paid. So here's the idea. If you could earn $200 based on 20 people on your team, what could you earn with 200 people on your team? Add a 0. Now it starts to get interesting. These are numbers that we surpassed. But with 200 people on your team, can you see, even if you only knew a small fraction of those people, you didn't even introduce them all. They were brought in just through your network. But do you understand that could equate to $2 grand a month? What would an extra $2 grand a month mean for you and your family? It may not mean a lot. I know we have some high rollers on this webinar, but it could probably change some things around your house. For many of you, it could probably change your house. In New York, it probably might just add a closet. Who cares? It's $2 grand extra hitting your bank account every month. That's $24,000 a year. I don't think anybody would turn their nose up at that, but here's what I want you to understand. This is unlimited income potential. This is just an example. What if you had 2,000 people who hit your book of business? Again, you don't know all of them. You didn't bring all of them in. But how many of you guys would turn your nose up at an extra 20 grand a month? All right? And what I want you guys to understand is that many of my good friends in this business have doubled, tripled, even quadrupled these numbers. What would it mean if you had 6 figures hitting your bank account every month, whether you got out of the bed or not? That should get your attention. See, what I want you guys to understand is that there's a big difference between working and earning $600 or $100,000 a month versus having it come in regardless of what you do that month, based on what you've done in the past. That's how we earn income in this business. It's not some fictitious number. How does it come up? Is it illegitimate? No, it's based on a lot of people paying their bills, and it's based on the total base of the people in your organization, in your group. It's based on their customers, not your own. But because you started something, it literally cannot stop. So hopefully that's clear. Now, for each of you guys watching this, you might be saying, well, what does it take to get started in this? Very simple. Now, the way that you actually launch this particular business is you want to either come in as a customer rep or an IMR. Frankly stated, I don't take this position seriously, the customer rep level, only because the yeses do not go all the way to the bottom. Okay, you only get paid based on what you personally do. And to me, what does that sound like? It sounds like a job. With a job, if you help one of your coworkers and they do a great job, do you get a percentage of what they earn? Absolutely not. So the thing is, you only earn income based on what you do. You are basically working another linear kind of thing. And plus, there's none of these bonuses. Now, I didn't even talk about the team bonuses. Goodness, I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But as an IMR, you're privy to all the bonuses, all the money, and you can literally earn income based on what other people do. I will tell a personal testimony. There was one gentleman that I introduced to this business maybe about 2 years ago. As a result of me introducing that gentleman, he's since fallen back a little bit, had some personal issues. But as a result of that one introduction, based on only what he's done, not me, based on what he's done and what his team has done, I continue to reap benefits. And it's not because I started at the top. I started with no partners on my team, but I started with my best friend. I started with a couple of buddies I used to go partying with, and that's how my business started. And now I have people on my team that I never would have met, but it's because the people that I introduced a few more who I didn't know, who introduced a few more who I didn't know, who introduced a few more who I didn't know. Was it easy? Absolutely not. But when I tell you this, that nothing worthwhile is easy. But guess what? Within 4 years, I can clearly see a day where I'll never have to punch a clock again. And when I was working 6.5 years at at the world's second largest computer manufacturer, I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And within 4 years, I can with this. So that being said, look, you're looking at this and you're like, okay, $249, that's my investment. Here's where I want to kind of stop you right now. This is still a business. So with this business, I want to let you guys know, full disclosure, that the best way to correctly invest in this business, you're going to need roughly between $280 and $380 to correctly launch your business. And that includes your starter services. So here's a great example I want to give, because $249 is your license. It allows you to do business, but it doesn't give you everything you need. Let me paint a good parallel for you. If you know of any hairstylist, or if you know of any barber, someone who cuts hair, what you need to understand is that that hairstylist or barber had to pay for their license. They had to pay a couple of $100 at least for their license and for their education. And once they got that license, are they now making money? No, absolutely not. It's silly. They're not making money. They now have to either get a space or they have to rent a chair in a salon. So they have to pay the owner to get space in order to render service. Are they making money yet? No, because now they need customers and they need equipment. So even though it might only cost a few $100 just to get in the chair or just to become licensed, you still need equipment and you still need customers. Well, in this business, it's the same way. To get started in 5 links, this example right here has your license at $249. You still need a storefront website, so when people get product or service, right, they can get it right from you. That service is called Platinum Services. It costs $49.95 a month. And then you also want to become a customer of yourself, because why would you market something you're not willing to try on your own? To me, this was the best part of the process. I had so much fun because I was able to go around my house and I was able to see how much money I was able to save on my own services. I say be greedy. I went ahead and I was greedy. I saved money on my home phone bill. I saved money on my internet. I saved money on my energy. I asked my mother if she wanted to be greedy too. She said, sure. I saved her money and her energy. I got so many points and customers out of my own household. I was well above the 8 required points. All I say to you is like, look, just get 8 points. But the thing is, you want to make sure you have allotted about $280 to $380, and the person who shared this link with you will show you how to do it. Now, that being said, we have something called team bonuses. I love team bonuses. Here's how it works. Remember when I said you get your first 2 business partners and the company will pay you out the $1,250 bonus? That's a great thing. $1,250 is a great, great, great thing. Now, the thing is, even if you don't hit this bonus, just by becoming an executive trainer, you are now privy to all of these bonuses. That means you could earn anywhere from $2,000 to $50,000 every single month based on the growth of your team. So even with 2 business partners, based on the growth of your team that month, you can earn up to $2,000. As an executive director, up to $8,000. As a national director, a position I was blessed to have hit within 8 months, you can earn up to $15,000. And as a senior vice president, up to $50,000. You might be saying to yourself, what happens at SVP? I'm glad you asked. When you get promoted to the senior vice president position, the company sweetens the pot. Not only are you privy to all the income that we already discussed, but now the company says, you know what? We're going to give you part ownership in this deal. You now have 5,000 stock options in a company that has been ranked with the Inc. 500 and Inc. 5000 for 9 consecutive years. On top of that, you also are privy to a BMW payment. You get paid up to $800 a month on the BMW of your choice. And yes, guys, there is a catch. There's a catch to your BMW. Want to know what the catch is? It has to be silver. You have to choose a silver BMW. If you don't mind a silver and free BMW, the car is yours. You also get extra bonuses. You get an annual vacation. The company's taken the senior vice presidents on places like the Dominican Republic to Mexico. This year, they're going to Mexico again to commemorate the 10-year anniversary. The company said, we're going to do something nice. We're going to send you on an all-expense-paid Mediterranean cruise. They do all kinds of things for us, guys. And that's what I meant when I said representatives come first. That's what they do in this company. On top of that, they give you an expense account to actually fund you building your business at this level. But that's not even the top level. There were so many people hitting senior vice president, the company continued to have vision, and it said, you know what? We can even sweeten the pot more. We're going to create a position called platinum. And at platinum, this is where the game changes. Now, a lot of people have already hit $1 million status even before hitting platinum. But this is truly a 7-figure earning position. This is where you have multiple commas, where you have multiple commas in your check per year. I'm talking 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 grand a month is your potential and higher. But I'm telling you, what the company does is they say, we're going to award you a token of our appreciation with a Bentley. You aren't even going to see the car note. That car note goes to Rochester, New York, to corporate headquarters, and they drop the car in your driveway. Same catch, the car must be silver. But if you don't mind a silver $200,000 to $300,000 vehicle in your driveway, probably in a brand new home because your Five Links business has afforded you this lifestyle, you get the car. On top of that, you are privy to the platinum bonus pool. Every single month, the company takes a portion of its profits, sets it aside in a pool, and as the pool accrues, you're just smiling. As it grows, you're smiling. Once the end of the year hits, December 31st, you know that you are up for a payday, because every single year that you are at the position of platinum, you get to split what's in that pool. I'm going to show you what the pool is, but that's going to be continued on the next slide, all right? I'm just going to let that build, all right? You also get 5,000 stock options, all right? You get 5,000 stock options, mind you, in a company that is on a trajectory to $1 billion. On top of that, you get a world vacation. Last year, they took all the platinums on a Eastern Mediterranean cruise around Greece and Turkey. This year, they take all the platinums to Dubai. And next year, I don't know where, but I am going to be platinum. I am so excited that I'm ready to go. All right, I'm just speaking it into existence. Okay. On top of that, all the fellas get a Super Bowl style $10,000 ring. All the ladies get a pendant valued at the same. And I'm telling you, even once you hit $1 million status, which most platinums are already, you get an iced out Breitling or a Rolex watch, and you also get a custom jacket. I mean, it just gets better and better. And I'm sure many of you guys are like, why did you skip over the platinum pool amount? Here was the platinum pool. If you were a platinum senior vice president in 2014, you were on this stage in January, this past January in Tampa, Florida. I actually snapped this picture on my own. Many of my good friends were on that stage. I'm still waiting for them to let me borrow some money. I'm just playing. But I'm telling you guys, look, what if you could split nearly $2 million with just a few other people? We're already at close to about $250,000 already. We're not even halfway into the year yet. And let me tell you guys something. What would it mean if you could split a six-figure? What would it mean if you could have your own six-figure check just to pay off the holiday bills? And for all of you who are high rollers on this webinar, for those of you guys who are making a great income already, here's what I want you to understand. This is a bonus check. This is just one of the many ways we're getting paid. The individuals on that stage are already 7-figure earners. What I want to ask you guys is, what would it mean if on the 1st of January or within the first 2 weeks of January, you already have a check that's cut to you in your name for an amount that's more than twice the national average median household income? You have that already in your bank account just to start off the year. What could that mean for you? Not only you, what could that mean for your church, for your charity, for your children? All right? And that's just another form of income, but it gets better. When you get promoted again, you have a position called Diamond. One of my good friends is very, very close to hitting this position. He's about 97% of the way there already. And when you hit this position, you get a $300,000 bonus just for hitting the level. Just for hitting the level, and you get an additional $10,000 a month for life. Guys, this is where the game completely changes. You're no longer affecting your own life. You're already set. At this level, you're setting up the next generation and generations to come. You're funding communities. We have so many philanthropists in this business. We have people who have actually built orphanages and taken on children. We have people who have established world-class foundations and are now being recognized on the main stage. As a matter of fact, one of my other good friends actually has been recognized by Steve Harvey for a community award for really pouring back and making a difference in Washington, D.C. for all of his charitable work. And this was after formerly being a bus driver. Now he's a multi-millionaire writing books and giving back. This is what I'm talking. See, the thing is, what I want you guys to understand is that this is way bigger than us. This is way bigger than just a Bentley. This is way bigger than just having a bank account. Like, if you want all that, that's great. But once you have money as an issue out of the way in your life, now you start finding other things that motivate you. And this, I'm telling you, can change the game. So if you're wondering, well, what kind of support do I have? Well, you have so much support. You have local, regional, and international training events. Like I just mentioned, we just came back from San Antonio, Texas, from our international event last week. I'm still jet lagged from that trip, but it was a great trip. On top of that, you have your own personal website. So if someone wants to get a product or a service, do we have to run to the post office? No. Do we have to run up on someone's roof and install a satellite dish? No. All we got to do is give them a link. They get a service, we get paid. On top of that, we have 5 Links University, which actually shows you how to do this business from the comfort of your own home. You also have business reporting. So as your business grows, as partners join your team, you get to track everything. Everything's right there, like in a little control panel. It's awesome. So the thing is, guys, you're probably looking at this and you're like, well, you know what? I want proof of the support. Let me see your team. There's our team. I'm telling you, this support is unyielding. And these pictures could go on forever. If you guys are friends with me on Facebook, you'll see pictures out the yin yang. I have pictures dating back from when I got started in 2011, and you can literally see the transformation in me. I literally had one or two suits. Now I have several, okay? The company even gave me a suit. On top of that, guys, though, look at this. This actually is a gentleman right here and right here. He was there with me from day one. When I got started, he said, look, Ricardo Suber, as you build this business, I will always be here. As long as you continue to push yourself, I will be right here alongside of you. And he has never disappointed. And that example is seen throughout our company. So I don't care who you are. I don't care who shared this link with you. Lock arms with that person, because the support and training is unyielding. That being said, guys, fill out the IMR application today. Look, there's only 3 types of people who see this information. And respectfully, I acknowledge all 3 of you are watching this. So if you're trying to figure out, well, what are you talking about, all 3 of us? Look, no matter who you are, chances are you're person number 1, person number 2, or person number 3. Person number 1 says, I'm in. I'm ready to get started. If that's you, don't look left, don't look right. Immediately get with the person who got you on this webinar. If you happen to be one of my friends, you saw it through me, you can simply go to getofftheratwheel.com. Or, again, if someone else shared this link with you, immediately get back with that person. Get back with them and let them know of your interest level. If this is for you, if you love it, get started. Person number 2 says, well, you know what? I like it, but I have questions. I have some concerns. I've heard about things like this, and, you know, maybe you have some specific questions. If that's you, again, get back with the person who got you onto this webinar, and we're going to get your questions answered. One of the best things about this business is that You can even ask the person who shared this with you. You could say, hey, can you introduce me to the top earner on your team? Can you introduce me to one of the top people? And they will gladly do it. As a matter of fact, that's what we normally do. So you don't have to just rely on the person who shared this with you. Ask that person to connect you with their upline executive, because chances are they're one of the top earners as well. All right. I'm also happy to speak with you. Either way, get your questions answered. Person number 3 says, you know what? Not for me. If this is not for you, I say to you, God bless you. My answers never changed. But if this is not for you, at least think enough of the person who saw the diamond in you and become a customer. Learn how you can save money on these products and services that you're already using, because I'm telling you, if this was for everybody, there would be no opportunity. So I'm actually glad when someone says no, because I still get excited. People, to a large extent, still don't know that 5 links exist. And what I want all of you to understand is that this is where the millionaires are created and the multimillionaires. They are created in a perfect storm of when the company's already established and it's just about to take off. You want to be able to ride that wave. That being said, ladies and gents, if it's not for you, let's make sure it's not for one of these 4 reasons. And I've only seen 4 reasons why people don't do this. Either they didn't understand it, they don't believe it, they don't feel like they have enough time, or they don't feel like they have enough money. And I'm going to quickly address all 4 of those points. First off, if you don't believe it, simply do your research. One place that I started way back in 2011 was the Better Business Bureau. Check the Better Business Bureau. We have an A+ accredited rating, the highest rating you can get. All right. I checked Inc.com and Inc. magazine, INC. Inc. is a prestigious publication. We've been featured for the last 9 consecutive years as one of the fastest growing privately held businesses. If you do a search for 5 links CNBC, 5 links NBC, 5 links ABC, 5 links Yahoo News, if you do any of those searches, you'll see articles that sing our praises, news reports that sing our praises, videos that sing our praises. So I just challenge you to do your research. That's what I did. I'm challenging you to do the same thing. So don't let that be a reason that you just don't believe it. Just do your research. Person number 2 says, okay, I believe it. I got you, Ricardo Suber, but you know what? I just don't think I can do it. I didn't understand it. Well, let that be the least of your concerns. How many of you guys knew everything that you needed to know the first day on your jobs? Probably not. But did you cash that first check? Absolutely. And chances are you probably work around people who still don't know what they're doing, but they're still cashing checks, right? But seriously, guys, this is a learn while you earn business. And we only earn income and are able to get better and bigger and stronger as we help others. So you are going to have someone there. As long as you are motivated, we're going to be right there with you, helping you along. Person number 3 says, you know what? I just don't have enough time. To you, I say you have to re-examine where your time is going. Because here's some news for you, and I'm not trying to be smart or funny, but look, it's not like Oprah has 50 hours in a day and you have 3. We all have 24 hours in a day that we were blessed with. And it's what we do with that allotment that determines our results. And unfortunately, many of us have just become experts at this thing called linear income. We become experts at just wasting and utilizing all of our time on our work, and we don't have time for the things that we really care about. Chances are, if you said I don't have enough time, that's probably because you're spending most of your time working for a living. And you just haven't mastered how to actually have money work for you. You haven't mastered leverage. You haven't mastered residual income. All I'm inviting you to do, and this is just an invitation, I'm just inviting you to just get with the person who shared this with you, and we can show you how you can incorporate this part-time into whatever you're already doing on a very part-time basis. And guess what? Once we can show you how you can equate what you're earning full-time with what you could do part-time in 5 links, it just creates options. You can stay on your job, or guess what? You can have the option to retire early, still preserve that income, but now guess what? Now you have time on your side. And so many of us have done it. One of my good friends in this business, Lutsi Matsuaka, she actually retired from being a nurse, making great money. making nearly 6 figures a year. She retired thanks to 5 links. She was working crazy hours. Crazy hours. I mean, I'm sure we all know nurses who pull in 12, 13, 14 hours a day or a night. She didn't want that life anymore. She retired. She's a 5 link senior vice president today. So the thing is, guys, if you're trying to figure out how can you get out of your situation, this might be your ticket. All right. And person number 4 says, I don't have the money. Mr. Suber, I saw 249. Then you said 280 to 380. I don't know how I can do it. Here's what I want to say to you. And I want to say this very seriously. I don't mean to be condescending, but I'm going to keep it real because that's the only way I know how to be. Too many of us beg for the things that we need, but we get what we want. Here's what I mean. How many of us, if we were faced with a catastrophic situation like the roof caved in, or we had a breakdown on the highway, we could find a way to wire some money to get those repairs done. If we, God forbid, dropped our phone and stepped on it, we would end up with a phone somehow. We would find a way. We would borrow our way to it. We would sell something. We would do something to get that phone fixed because many of us really rely on these smartphone devices. And unfortunately, what many of us do, we will sacrifice for the things we really want. For example, we see a great pair of shoes. We see a nice bag, ladies. We see a flat screen TV, fellas. And we'll sacrifice and we'll get it. No problem. And we'll brag about how much we spent on it, right? But see, the thing is, we will beg, borrow, and steal in order to get those neat, fancy devices. But when it comes to things that will better us and set up the next generation, now we're broke. And when it comes to the income potential of this business and the fact that you're marketing products and services you already know about with companies you're already paying, and you can't find a measly $300 to $400, are you kidding me? So sometimes what we need to do is we need to change the conversation. Instead of saying I can't afford it, we need to ask ourselves, how soon or when can I project that I'll get the money together to get started? But don't use that as an excuse. Because I'm telling you, if a 14-year-old can save up money and put it in a piggy bank and set up a lemonade stand to get a brand new bike, then we can certainly do the same to launch a business that'll change the trajectory of our lives and change our last names forever. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, just make a decision. Get back with the person who got you on, whether it was myself or someone else. Get back with that individual, and we're going to show you how to win with this deal. So with that being said, I'm going to quickly just go through a couple of photos, and then I'm going to close off this presentation inside of 5 minutes, I promise. Now, the first thing I want to show you are these 2 gentlemen to my right. Now, I'm the gentleman on the left in the purple tie. That's me. The gentleman in the middle was a senior vice president at the time of this photo. The gentleman on the right was a national director at the time of this photo. Today, the gentleman in the middle is a platinum senior vice president with a Bentley, and the gentleman on the right is now a senior vice president with a BMW. And they're waiting on me to get mine, all right? But see, here's the bottom line. These gentlemen were people I already had a whole lot of respect for because I could clearly see where they were going in the future. They've taught me so much since I've been in this business, and they're simply passing the torch. And this is just proof positive that no matter where you are today, it does not dictate where you could be a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. All right, here's another series of pictures. This is me personally. Now, I don't post this up to be braggadocious, but I just want to tell you guys that I came into this business with no special skills. I didn't come in with a silver spoon in my mouth. I just worked my butt off. But I am in a distinction in the company. I'm in the top 1/2 of 1% of all customer earners in the entire company. I have well over 300 customer points. All right. And what that simply means is the fact that I've mastered the ability to obtain customers in this deal, and it pays handsomely. Not only that, but we've grown a team in over 30 states, in over 2 countries, pretty soon to be Haiti, Dominican Republic, and the Philippines. Why do I post this? Just to show you guys that it's possible for you. All right, here's an example of support. As a matter of fact, it's this woman's birthday today. I just called her to wish her a happy birthday. She is in the corporate office, and she's one of the many people over in corporate who is there for our success, there to really help us along the way in this journey. All right. And that's the sort of support that you get. And then you also have people who are invited to speak, such as Eric Thomas, world-renowned motivational speaker, great stuff out there on the internet. And he actually said to us, this is actually from one of our conventions, he said, according to a study, only 1 out of 3 people consider themselves happy. I need you to be the one. And so what are you going to do to make sure that you're the one? That's my mission today. So what I also want to show you is just some of our team. The top picture was from our team picture in Tampa, Florida in January 2015. The picture at the bottom is actually even more of us. You can't even see all of it. I think I cut some people out. But even more of us in San Antonio, Texas, and that was just last week. So guys, I'm telling you, this thing is growing. This thing is fast. And that's just a team photo. I mean, there are thousands of people there, but I'm telling you guys. So look. In this business, and this is kind of how we start everybody off in their first 30 days. This is literally a quick start, only a few slides. We help people save money. When they do that, they become customers. And we help people make money. When we do that, they become business partners. Now, when you first get started in this business, we help you get those 8 customer points, if you guys remember that. Now, those 8 points can consist of anything, just as long as at least one of them consists one of these, and another one consists of one of these. That's it. So the way most of us get in, we get platinum services because that runs our business. And then we just pick one of these that we like, or maybe our spouse likes, or someone that we know likes. Okay? So pick one of these, make sure you get 8 points, and we're going to help you do that. That's why we say that when you get started, just be prepared to invest between $280 and $380. That'll help you get started the right way. Okay? Now, that being said, we have these 3 divisions with all these products and services. Each one is given a certain point value. So that's something great to know. Now, again, the goal, when you get your first business partner, they come in qualified with their 8 points, you get a $50 bonus. Do it again, get your 15 points, help another person come in. It's another $1,200. Mind you, $100 gets paid out to you per month for your first year. All right. And then for your next bonus, just help 2 people get to this position. Help 2 people get there too. You get an additional $500 bonus that gets paid out immediately. And it's not just $1,750, because guess what? Many of the people on your team, they're going to be bringing in other people. You may be getting some product bonuses. Right now, every security system sold gets you an extra $370. Like, it can get very lucrative very quickly. You could be looking at $3, $4, $5 grand by the time you get to this level. Bottom line is, just get there and, of course, get started. Also remember, your income potential when it comes to these team bonuses is massive. Just with 2 business partners on your team, with you having 15 personal customer points, you can earn up to $2 grand. As an executive director, you can earn up to $8 grand. As a national director, up to $15,000. And as a senior vice president, up to $50,000 every single month. And that's just in bonuses. Now, of course, that doesn't equate to your residual income. Your residual income would be over and above these numbers. Now, this is the last slide of the entire presentation. Now, what you're going to want to do is get started. We're going to show you how to make a list of potential customers and potential business partners. And we're going to show you how to go through that list and turn them into, again, customers and partners. And you're also going to meet with your upline executive within your first 24 to 48 hours. So with all that being said, let me bring the camera back up to me. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in this afternoon. All right, I know it's been a long webinar, but I hope it's been impactful. But very, very seriously, what I want for each of you guys to do, immediately get back with the person who got you onto this webinar and let them know of your interest level. Let them know if you're in, if you have questions, or at least if you're going to be a source for customers, or at least a referral source. That being said, guys, if you want more information on this phenomenal business, you can check out my website, which is at www.getofftheratwheel.com. Again, www.getofftheratwheel.com. Once again, get back with the person who shared this with you. And like we always love to say, we will see you on the beaches of the world. And if you don't like the beach, we'll see you at the bank. Take care. God bless. and make it a great remainder of your Memorial Day holiday. Take care. And this is Ricardo Suber signing out.